Welcome back, everyone, again to another episode of Three Bros and a Mic.
Yes, sir.
You know who we got here, man? We got Big Mike, Big Mark,
Let's go.
Big Zay, J Mac, man. And today's episode, yes, again, we are live from the Culture Lab.
Welcome
Check
back.
them out, man.
Man,
Culture
shout
Lab,
out to the
man.
Culture Lab, man.
Check them out on Peer Space, man. Good people. So, fellas, how y'all think about, tell me what you think about this, man. Should you ever judge a woman by how she moves when she's single?
That's a loaded one. Hold on.
So-
Say it again.
One more time for people in the back.
Run it back.
Right. Should you judge a woman by how she moves in these streets when she is single? So what I'm saying, like, here's a good example, and we could flip this, and it could be about the men too.
Right.
But let's make a scenario, man. Let's say you had a hard breakup,
Right.
relationship wise, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever the case may be. And now that you're single, you out here doing possibly things that you don't normally do, or to I guess cover or to heal from the pain that you just went through, or you are doing the things that you've always wanted to do,
Okay.
but maybe you felt trapped, or you get what I'm saying,
Yeah.
or locked in,
Right.
because you didn't have the opportunity to do that because you really couldn't truly be yourself.
Yeah, I got you.
So when you see like in a situation where you had a breakup, like for instance, think about your past breakups, and then you see old girl out there like, whoa, you wildin' now, like should you judge her by that version of her, or should you judge her by what your experience was with her when y'all were together? That makes sense?
Yeah.
Is that fair though?
Yeah, I think it's a closed-ended question. So, should we judge? No.
No.
How do we judge? I think is more appropriate.
And what
If-
you willing
for
to
those that
accept?
do,
If you're
right.
gonna, engage this particular person in a situation, a relationship, or whatever the situation may be, are you willing to accept that stage that they went through?
Right. So clarifying question: Are we discussing how we judge them or how we look at them before, I guess, they got into a relationship, or after they've broken up?
I think it all
gotten out
goes
of a
in
relationship?
together. I think it's all a part.
You get. I mean, those are two different
You know
outlooks,
what I
though, man.
Right.
I would say for the sake of this one, I say after
After
their relationship.
Right.
Yeah, I would say after. I mean, we could flip it and do before, but I guess I'm getting at when you like I've had breakups in the past, and I see a different side of the ex that I didn't see when we were together.
Right.
And what I mean by that is like, oh, so now you're a whole lot more vocal in what you're saying now versus when we had conversations, you wouldn't say a word. So now you done found your voice. So now I'm feeling like, was I keeping you from being vocal?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you follow in my mind, you always had the floor to speak.
Yeah.
The floor to be your own woman and all of that. But now it's like, oh, you out here just like, bro, where's that version of you?
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Where were you when I was with you?
Yeah,
Right,
like
right.
you single, you out here doing, I got with you when you were single, right? So I like that version of you. And then when I get with you, that's not what I get. And now you out here doing X, Y, and Z. And then I know there are cases, man, where there are very, very abusive,
Right.
painful relationships that you just must get away from.
Right.
Right.
And on both sides, men being abused, women being abused. It's no longer just physical. Right. So and I
Mental,
think
emotional.
yeah, emotional, man.
Mental,
like
right.
mental, all that. Like in my last breakup, man, it was just like I moved the same way I moved when I was single previously.
Right. Right.
Like, but with her, and others, it's like I seen a whole nother side to them. So my thing is like, what version
Right.
do I really look through the lens of?
Yeah.
Like, which one are you?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think the feedback that I've gotten from friends and family and people that have, recently gotten out of breakups or whatnot is that people, whether it's a relationship or whether it's marriage, I guess we use that as an example. Marriage is an institution. And with that comes like a lot of structure it comes a lot of like bylaws, for lack of better words, or rules or expectations. So there's a mold to it that certain people have to fit within.
Okay.
And I think once that mold is broken, i.e. in the case of this example, they step out or, it doesn't work or they break up, sever ties or whatever, then it's almost like kind of somebody that's been chained up, or a dog, or that's been chained up. That's a horrible example. But like somebody that's been locked up.
Hey, Peter, don't come after us, man. We clarified this.
You know what I'm saying? Horrible example. But somebody that's been like that's been within this rigid mold,
right?
Or this tiny box for so long. And that's how I think a lot of people look at relationships or approach their relationships. At least based off of the feedback that I've got. I got a friend that's actually recently going through that now. Now that she's out of it, it's almost kind of like the wild, wild west. It's just like, I'm not restricted to, these bylaws anymore. I'm not restricted to these parameters that were set for this particular relationship. Right. So while she is the same person, it's almost sort of like, a butterfly breaking out of its cocoon, with those rigid, I guess.
So ideally you could have helped her, with her cocoon
evolution,
phase.
Her evolution.
Her evolution.
Yeah.
Right. But instead,
you
you suppressed it, right? In that situation.
I suppressed it?
No, not you, but whoever she was with, she was being suppressed.
Yeah. But I think this ties back into another topic. I think it just ties back to the pressures of what a relationship, and in her case, a marriage, I guess, was supposed to be, or should look like.
Right.
So my question is, and I'll let you guys get in, man. Let's say you have a breakup, and you go into like years in, and y'all finally break up. Well, not finally. That's the wrong way to say it.
That is not the end game.
Y'all had a breakup. Unfortunately, you had a breakup.
Right.
I guess it may be two questions here. One question is, how is there a grace period of, you get what I'm saying? Like, you've been together 4 or 5 years, and then y'all break up. Is there a grace period before you get back out there? In the world? I'm just asking.
Oh, you mean from a judgment point of view?
Right.
Judgment? Judgment perspective, I think that there should. That shit happened to me. That shit happened to me.
Man, relationship the next week. What's going on?
If you ever want to see an ego deflated,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Move quick.
That's
true.
That's what I'm saying. Like think about it.
That's true.
5 years in, you put in 5 years.
Facts.
For example, and then it doesn't work out, and then next week, old girl with somebody else.
Yeah, I'm judging.
How you feel?
I'm judging.
Are you just dusting that off?
No, because then my mind wonders, like, well, y'all been doing this the whole time? Like, why
was it that easy, right?
Right, yeah, for you to jump into something that fast.
But you would still feel some type of way, and I was still judged.
Yeah, fact.
100%.
So then my next question, my next leading question into that was then, okay, if there is or is not if there is a grace period, what is the period? Because does it depend upon how long you've been with someone? Like, for instance, I was in a 4-year relationship. Then what? Literally like 9 months later, I'm dating someone else, give or take 9-10 months. And I got, beat down for that.
Wow.
Because
really?
How long they was supposed to wait? How long you supposed to wait?
That's what I'm saying. Like the judging.
9 months a long time,
right.
bro.
So it's like 5 years. 4 years. It's like, bro, nah, man, like. Give you time to reflect. Now, I reflected already.
I reflected last night.
And now I'm moving on. This next step of the process.
Right. So no, bro. I don't think there's no set time. That go back to another episode we had, man. I don't think there's a set timeline to move on from any situation, job, relationship.
Right.
Like, if opportunity presents itself, are you going to step in or are you going to step out?
Right.
We talked about that. So, either you're going to rise to the occasion or you're not. You're going to miss your blessing because you say, man, it's only been 3 weeks, man. Should I really?
Yeah, I get it.
No, it's knocking right here. Like, what you gonna do? Like,
yeah.
You just left your job. You got this amazing job offer right here. But you've been on this job for only 6 months.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to make a move to make a move.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I don't think there's a set time to for blessing to hit you. You got to step into it.
You want me to sit in the house and listen to sad love songs for
just
like
X amount of time,
just like I am,
for perception.
A little Casey and JoJo, man.
Yeah, no, nobody's doing that, man. You fall off a bike, you get back on, man. You trying to figure out, what's the next step in your. You have your own process, man.
Right.
Don't let anybody else dictate your own process.
You know what's good for you.
Like the great philosopher Gucci Man said.
Come on.
One bus leaving, next one coming next 15. So come on, man. I ain't man.
But no, here's my thing though. I've known some guys, man, who will and females on both ends who have said this to me back in the college days. Like, I just broke up with old boy, and like I want to get out there, but I'm thinking like, man, it's only been like a few weeks. Like, is he out there dating someone?
Worried about the wrong thing.
Right.
See
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Fact.
Like,
That's to
I
go
don't
back to
wanna- I
like
don't
what you
wanna
said.
get-
The perception, man, is just like the double standard, man. Like, is oh man, she already out there. She
So I'ma go ahead.
right. Yeah. No. But so why she moving like that, man? It's almost like a scarlet letter when
Right.
the females do it, but when guys do it, it's just like, oh man, he back out there, he doing his thing. She
Right. Oh,
he,
he
ain't
good
let her
now.
affect her. None of that.
He rebounded good.
Right, back.
And
Yeah.
when I got mad was like, oh, you didn't really love her.
Oh wow.
I'm like, I didn't.
Wow.
I didn't really love her because I didn't.
crazy.
I didn't put in the time in that grace period.
Right.
You know, they respected the fact that we broke off. You know, and of course, that's not the end game.
Oh, you mean that? That's what the ex said. You didn't really love her because you
no.
moved on.
The
That was
friends.
Oh, the perception from the friends.
The perception
Oh,
of
okay.
friends. I'm being judged.
Hey, man.
I'm
Right. Oh
single
my
right now.
goodness.
Hey, man,
Stop
F them
it.
friends,
Stop it.
man.
Yeah,
We
stop
talk
the
about that.
insanity,
We
man.
talk about
Stop
these friends out here,
Stop
man.
it, man.
But no,
No,
that's what I'm
man.
saying. Like, so that's why I asked those questions, man. It was like you got people out here who literally won't step back out there because of the fear of judgment.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And the fear of judgment, and then also the time period. Like, yo, I just broke up with old boy. I know I'm cool with his boys.
Right. You see him all the
See
time
him all
for
the
work
time.
or whatever, right?
Like, yo, we
Right.
just broke up like last week. Maybe I'll give it a few more weeks and they'll understand. Like, now you are caring way too much about people who are not in your life.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's
don't
how I
matter.
felt, you know?
Because
I mean-
look at Kanye now, man. I think the people
Oh.
say he married again.
Yeah, secret
yeah,
marriage
You
went
know,
on, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, they
Just
talking about
like
Ye
Kim
married.
Kardashian.
Right.
with
yeah.
with some
Just like-
executive
of his
Yeezys?
company,
Of
Yeezy.
his-
of his company.
Yeah,
Right.
fact.
Right.
So I mean, everybody's built different, like you said, man. You know what I'm saying? Ye don't care what you say about it. Like, man, look,
Right.
hey, I'm gonna make an album about it, man. But you know, everybody's different, man. Every situation is different, man. But you have to control your own destiny. Don't let
Facts.
these people dictate on how you move and how you operate. You be 30 years old. Now you broke up and you be 70 years old and you alone.
Okay, real talk. Just one word answers. You know, I don't wish no ill will on none of y'all relationships. But because we're just having a situational conversation, you and your spouse break up. Are you tripping that she's hanging out in 2 days with someone else? Yes or no? Just yes or no?
Yes. I can't even be.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
So
2
we
days?
do care then.
Yeah.
2 days, bro.
Of course.
Bro, first of all, it better be 2 years before you move on from me, bro. Nah, man. Of course. We not
2
doing
days, man. Come
No,
on,
man.
man.
You know what it, you know what it says though?
What's
You know
that?
what it says? I think for
Speak
anybody
to
that's
it.
able to move or to move on that fast, and this happens a lot. It indicates that
Right.
you had checked out
A long time
internally
ago.
a long
That's
time
usually
ago.
what that means.
Right, yeah.
That's
That
an
goes
indicator of
It's
that,
an
right?
indicator,
That
right?
goes back to what
'Cause
Zay
it shouldn't be that
Yeah.
easy. It should,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of baggage you carry with you for
right.
3,
You
4,
talking
5,
about-
6
If you
years.
invested that many years,
If you
that much
did.
time,
So there's a grace period.
Yeah.
It should be a grace period.
no, it shouldn't be a grace period. I think it comes like an acknowledgement. Like there has to be some accountability on both sides.
should make
right?
sense.
Like either you chose to not see that she checked out or he checked out
Right.
at X amount of time.
Right.
Like then that's on you. Right. Like
Right.
Right, because this is gonna hurt. Like if you with somebody within another business week, that's like another dagger. Like, come
Not a
on, raise
business.
your-
Right.
yo, wow,
crazy.
Yeah, so yeah,
Monday
yeah.
came fast, didn't it?
Man, right.
I couldn't wait till the weekend.
Oh wow,
Right.
man.
Hey.
That's why I'm asking, man, because like people will put on a facade and say,
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
Man, go do what you want to do. But then when you get home, it's like, damn, nigga, like,
You really did it, man.
it's like, bro, like I thought we had something, bro. you
Yeah.
know?
Right.
So like, this is probably gonna be an easy answer for y'all. How long can you be with someone and then when y'all break up and it doesn't even affect you?
I don't think there's a timeline. For
Yeah.
that. I think it's just a matter of
No,
how
right,
vested
yeah,
you
you
were.
are in that
Like,
situation.
what all memories you had? Like, did we go to Rome for like a month?
Right.
Okay.
Was I living with your mama at one
Right,
point?
yeah,
like,
man.
like
She used
do
to
we
make
have
me
kids
fish every Friday?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up, man?
Like, did she make me like homemade spaghetti every Thursday?
Right. What's
Bro,
going
it's
on?
I think all that combines
It's a
into
lot of different
the
factors,
experience.
man. Yeah,
you
it's a
can't just
lot-
throw that
lot
out
of
there. Like,
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I'm just thinking. Like, I really feel. I mean, I think we all agree. I don't think we go out trying to judge, but you're giving us a visual of yourself.
everybody judges.
Right.
Everybody judges.
It's innate
but,
almost.
But you know, I don't because they judge. I don't think it makes it right, but because we do it, yes,
It makes it normal.
it makes it
I mean,
normal.
we human, right? So
yeah.
But normal is not always right, though, right?
Nah, of course not.
So I mean, I'm not disputing what you're saying.
Right,
I mean,
right.
it's like I hear that same excuse from a lot of people, like, man, everybody judge. So, but that doesn't mean you have to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you judge, I think you're putting, how do I want to say this? You're putting limitations, I think, on what the situation can be.
Right.
What I mean by that is like you judging me after my breakup. You're already putting in your head what kind of person that I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I mean, and I know we all do it. God,
Of course.
I'm guilty of it.
course.
But what I try to do is like look at the whole situation. Like, if I knew that situation, like if I knew you and old girl broke up, and I'm like damn, like they were together for a minute. Like I ain't gonna do that man out there doing this thing. I ain't tripping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Versus I don't know your situation. All I know is that y'all broke up.
Right.
And I see you out here throwing them back
Right.
at the strip club,
Right.
doing this, doing that, going back down to Albany,
Hey, man, that's what I'm about to say is, hey, man, look, sometimes I'm in back in my ASU days, like, oh, so-and-so broke up? Oh, man. Oh, man, sorry for him, but the opportunity knocks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Time to
saying?
slide in that
So,
thing.
right. Facts,
But
you
man.
see what I'm saying? though?
Right.
Yeah,
But you know
man.
what? I think in the context of what we're talking about today, I think judgment is more of a statement of opinion than it is us, like casting a sentence on somebody, right? So like,
okay.
it's like, I mean, if I see that this person moved on, I'm not necessarily judging, like think about the judiciary system, right? I'm not thinking about it as, well, this person is either bad or good, or this person is evil or not
But
evil.
people do that.
Yeah, people do that.
Right.
Right.
Because it's easy.
It's
Facts.
easy.
All right, that's
do the
fair.
easy things
That's fair.
sometimes.
That's fair.
fair.
I think for me, I'm more or less just like, I mean, I can have an opinion on how you acted. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just a natural feeling. It's a statement of an opinion. That's just
Right.
how I perceive.
Observation.
Yeah, you know
Right.
what I'm saying, the outcome. But I'm not necessarily going to like put you in a box of, oh, you effed up, or oh, you bad or whatever. Like,
So I think for me, like I've seen situations where that person has broken up with someone and they've acted out of character in my eyes,
Right.
and I'm like, you know what?
I mean, post breakup, they act
Right,
out.
post breakup, and I'm like, you know what? I know what they went through. I'm like, I ain't even tripping.
So you excusing that at times.
So there
Yeah.
are situations where stuff can be excused.
Right,
because
yeah.
For me, it's like,
Right.
you know what? I know what you've been through.
Right.
Like you want to
So
wild
it's
out, I
justified.
get
You
it.
justified it.
To me it is, but to others it be like, but that still don't make it right kind of thing.
Right.
But to me, I'm like, you know what? Nah, she or he, yeah, they can go ahead and do their thing like they been.
see,
If
but
you
how-
only
how-
knew their story, then you would.
Bro.
I feel
Look,
like if you know their
see that?
stories,
See that?
it's you know a little bit more than the average person.
Okay.
Like I don't, if I didn't know y'all and then just heard that y'all had breakups or whatever, I'm gonna have a different outlook. You know, but if I'm been involved to the point where I've seen y'all together, had conversations with y'all, been there, we've done trips together, that kind of thing, and then y'all break up, and I see you, you know what, you at the bar in the hotel throwing it back. I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Like I
going
get
through
it.
something, man.
Okay.
Going through something. I'm gonna sit there like, hey, we'll be drinking. Man.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
man.
So,
You know,
so,
you get what I'm
so the
saying?
judgment
Yeah.
changes
Right.
well based on the situation and your involvement in it.
But is
Right.
that fair? Is that fair? No?
but it's
Go ahead, explain.
it's
man.
not- it's real, though.
I don't think it's fair, but I mean, like you said, it's kind of normalized. You know what I'm saying? I don't make it right, but
So then let me get. So now I'm getting a different perspective on our whole conversation. So it's not necessarily as anything you going out wilding and you doing serial dating. It might just be like you drinking more than usual. You if you partake in smoking, you
something out of-
smoking.
out of
you-
character.
you-
Or,
you-
yeah,
you
could-
starting to
anything
jump
out
out
of
of
character.
planes.
Right.
You're a thrill seeker now.
Right.
So
Like for instance, like think about it how a woman will see you like, oh wow, now you getting haircuts every week.
right.
You didn't get a haircut every
Right.
week. You got a haircut every month. Oh, now your whole outfit has changed. Now
Right.
you're dressing with designer clothes. You didn't do that with me.
Yeah.
Right, when you start wearing skinny jeans.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Come on, man. You wasn't that guy when you was with me. What's up
Right.
now?
I couldn't get you by no parachute.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's true.
What I've seen a lot of them do, and even some of my personal friends that have went through some very, very hard breakups, is they'll go right back into the gym and like they'll start working on
Themselves, right? Yeah,
That's
yeah,
much harder than they
that's
did.
That's,
when
That's true.
Yeah, they got that drive now. That's driving them.
That's
you know?
it.
And
That's
there was
it.
a guy on TikTok. He wrote a letter to his ex, and he titled it "Thank You."
Right.
He said, "Thank you for making me who I am today. And wow, thank you for the breakup because I found my good thing."
A better self.
He found his good thing.
Right.
Because of what he went through, he said he praised his ex
Right.
to the point he said, "You propelled me to become who I always thought or always knew I could be,
Right.
but I couldn't be that for you. But you helped me be who I am today." And I like that's crazy. That's to me maturity out of
Yeah, I had a homeboy do something like that.
Right.
like because a lot of people can't. They ain't on that level.
No, my damn sure. No, bro.
I guess my question would be though, what was how did she receive it?
That's a good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Yeah, we
Like-
know how that went. Yeah, just the way he was saying it.
Hey, anybody?
She probably didn't receive
any
that
of y'all,
well, I
any of y'all write
guarantee
thank
you.
you letters to your ex?
No,
Nah,
bro.
Wow.
No, bro.
Wow.
I thought about
Wow.
it because when my homeboy he had shared that he did something similar, but he did it through Facebook. It wasn't an
Okay.
official letter, and he did it to like all of his
Exes?
Wow.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
He went back to when? High school?
And the structure.
I'm not bringing
I don't
that
think, I don't
laundry.
know if he went that
Okay.
far back, but I think it may have been just like within
How was that
recent years.
received, man?
He said some never responded.
Of course.
Some he said I think the majority of them didn't respond.
Right.
And some were very short. And then I think there was one or two that were like I appreciate you doing that because I think it was more of a him just letting the monkey off
Unburdening
his back.
himself.
Unburdening
Yeah,
himself.
yeah, yeah.
'Cause
Right. There's no dig or
he
anything like
structured
that.
it. He structured the responses the way he described it to me, like as an apology first, because
Right.
either he like did wrong or he messed it up or
Yeah, for whatever
something
reason.
for whatever
he
reason.
did.
Right,
And
yeah.
then it was like thank you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying for making me
Yeah.
or allowing me to be who
Right.
I am today. Type.
Right.
So.
I can see that. I can see
no
that. I mean, that's big of him because I definitely wouldn't.
Yeah, so I thought about it. I considered it. And I was just like, yeah, nah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of energy, man.
Wow.
A
to
lot
go
of
through.
energy,
Yeah,
pride
give out,
too big. I was like, yeah, nah.
So would
I'm good on that.
would you ever have we all learned something from a previous ex?
Of course.
Hell
I would
yeah.
hope so.
Of course.
Absolutely.
But I'm saying that has it made you better or has it's still a work in progress?
Both.
Definitely
Both.
made me
Right,
better
yeah,
for sure.
facts.
For
Impact, whether it's good or bad, each situation you should learn something from every scenario and every situation. I
that's
believe,
right.
So if you run into a brother that says I didn't learn anything from it, what does that tell you?
You weren't paying attention.
right? Or wasn't that
I
I
invested in
mean,
it?
yeah,
He
you
didn't
weren't being present.
right.
We talked
Yeah,
about that.
remember that? Yeah, facts.
If you learn nothing, again, it's causing anything, relationships, jobs, whatever, right?
That's on you,
Being
bro.
online, bro.
Right, yeah.
Like it's shout out to our Greek life out there, man. So
right.
if you went online and if you really understand, and we're not condoning any craziness,
none of that.
but if you went through a process,
Right,
Okay,
yeah.
and the purpose of the process, no matter who you went with, who you chose, is in order to break you down, in order to build you back up to a
Right.
better person, right?
Right.
So that's a general process. If you learn nothing from that, then that's on you.
Yeah,
You weren't present.
you just on autopilot. You just had
Right.
everything on
You
autopilot.
just going because anybody
Going
can go
through the
through
motion.
stuff, right?
You
But
just going
what
through
did
the
you
motion.
learn from it, right? You had that job, what you learned to like you told earlier, your supervisor's pushing you to do something different, right? What are you learning?
right.
I mean,
Come on.
so if you don't learn anything from that situation, whatever it is, then you weren't present. That's
Personal,
crazy.
professional. You know,
Yeah,
you left a job. You left a relationship. You should learn something from each.
Something. Take away. What's
Yeah,
your takeaway?
facts.
Something, bro.
come on.
I want to
Shift.
reverse shift.
Reverse.
no,
Uno.
same topic though, right? But
Hey, we shifted.
same topic. But back to my clarifying question initially, right? At the top of the episode. What about judgment of single women, like before they get into a relationship? Like, have y'all done that? What does that look like? You know what I'm saying? Is that a real thing?
That's a real thing.
If I've got some information,
You want to see it through.
right,
You wanna see it through.
prior to the situation, then yeah,
Right.
I'm definitely gonna.
Somebody
that's
slipped you
to
some
me,
business
before-
insider?
right? Yes, that would determine how I would move.
Right.
If somebody, if Jimmy Mack and Mark and Mike told me like, hey, yo, I know you like her, but let me tell you some things about her.
She for the
Right.
streets.
That's gonna change. That's gonna alter my thought process. That might be shallow or whatever situation may be.
That's real,
but-
though.
But I'm just gonna be honest about me and how I'm gonna move and what our elevation could be.
And I feel like go ahead. No, go ahead.
Expectations change.
Yeah, right.
I was gonna say I would take y'all's information and pocket it.
Right.
Right, I have it on one side of my
It'll
brain,
be in the
and
back
then-
of your mind.
and then like I got that info.
Right.
Now let me see it through,
Right.
and if it comes to fruition, like boom,
Yeah.
these jokers one line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All this stuff makes sense.
Right.
All this
fair.
stuff makes sense.
Right.
That's fair.
So Mike, you dipping your toe. Like we let you know what it is. Hey man, like you said, she for the streets, but hey man, I know you feeling her, but it's just on you. You still pursuing that?
I mean,
How does Michael move in that situation?
Right, yeah, in a situation like
Michael.
that.
it depends.
Do you move
man.
at all?
Right,
Yeah,
or do
it
you
depends.
just-
Yeah,
you
no, you
put the
don't take
brakes on
anything
it.
off the table, man, because
Right.
everybody has a past. Everybody
Right.
has a history.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think we could subscribe to that double standard, you know,
Right.
all the time. Now there are some exceptions to every rule.
Yes.
And there are some
Right.
some thresholds that
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying could be some deal breakers.
She talked
you
to
know?
your line brother. She talked to one of your close friends.
You know that's happened before. That's happened
See
before.
that?
Yeah.
I mean, and I went to a very, very. I mean, my high school was relatively big, but I went to a very small college.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Right, yeah.
So-
That's big. Hey, man.
I mean,
Yo,
same
me
thing.
and Mark were just
Well,
talking
same
about
thing,
that. Yeah,
same thing.
yeah, J Mac.
Same
It's
thing.
only-
Same
yeah.
thing. It's all relative.
So it's
Right.
only but so
Everybody
many
knows-
degrees of
generally knows
separation.
everybody.
that you can
So,
get right.
so my question is for all of you, being that you guys are in fraternities, how do you feel if, speaking of the woman, you know, judging a woman during her single life, being withheld information about a woman? Like your bros know information about her, but they did not say anything because they wanted you to.
It happens
you know,
all the time.
Right.
Happens
Yeah.
all the
How y'all- how
I
y'all
don't think
feel
that ever
about it?
happened.
Are you tripping on them? Are you tripping on them?
Yes, I am. Absolutely, bro.
I mean,
Got me out here looking crazy.
Nah, man, you don't want to. That's perception.
Must
of,
have
man.
been a
If
joke,
you're
bro.
happy-
No,
If you're
man.
happy,
Oh, my God.
if
But-
you're happy, man, you don't want. Sometimes you
No,
don't.
no. I mean, maybe at this point in life,
Right.
but not back then.
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Yeah, come on, Mike.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah, but yeah,
man.
back then, yeah.
You know, if they caught you slipping, they ain't say nothing to you, bro. That's,
for
that's
sure,
messed up.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Because
I
I mean,
think I messed with Mark before, man. But in your scenario, if my friends or my line brothers let me know, she was like at all the Q parties and you know what I'm saying, the after party, that my mind is going somewhere different, totally
Right.
different, man.
Of
So
course.
it's just like I can't you know what I'm saying, you a cool person, you know, we can be cool.
That's it, right.
But you know your what do they call it? Your reputation precedes you
Yeah.
in this type of
Yeah,
situation.
because what if your bro comes and say, "Look, man, I ain't tell you, man, because my experience with her was different.
Right.
I didn't want to tell you."
I mean, but how realistic is that?
Right, yeah.
I mean,
facts.
that don't happen that often.
Yeah.
Nah, it don't.
Yeah.
Because my experience was going to be the same one you had,
Right.
the same one you had, same one you had. In that setting, that's just how it
Like,
is.
you
bro.
got me looking around, walking across the yard with a hand in hand, birds singing.
I'm like, look at
And
this nigga.
Look at this. Did all the cues. Look at this guy, man. You know?
I said, bro, I had it last night, bro.
Yeah, man.
We done seen some. I mean, take it as far as to the altar, man.
Oh, wow, man.
It's
That's
almost
cool.
kind of like, I mean, y'all remember, and I'm sure the fans or the audience remember this, but best man, the best man.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah. Classic.
yeah.
that
Classic,
stuff is
classic.
like that's real
Classic.
life, man.
Yeah.
That's
Yo,
real
so
life.
okay.
There's a Harper in every.
Hey,
Crew with it,
Let's
yo.
put
a
it,
Harper in every
put it
group.
on the table right now. You're at your bro's wedding.
Right.
You know some stuff, and they, you know, that minister asked, "Is there anyone here
Oh man.
who does not see fit for these two?" Are you standing up and saying
No.
something?
Man,
No, 'cause
everybody is worthy of grace, man. Everybody's
Oh,
worthy of
no.
repentance.
No,
bro.
At the altar, man.
I'm asking. I'm just asking.
Nah, you
Time and
better-
a place, bro. Time and a
Yeah, you
place.
better figure out to work it in a book or something.
No,
you
so
know.
then you want to have another Morris Chestnut
so after the
situation. Now
wedding-
you want, now you want
Hey.
violence now. 'cause
Bro.
now
Watch out for Lance when he coming. He coming,
you,
bro.
right, fact.
All right, so they say I do after the wedding.
You got to take that to your grave. Now, I don't want to hear nothing.
Nah, bro.
now.
Look. Say it before.
Yeah,
or don't say it at all.
Don't say it at all, right?
Real talk. After that, no, bro.
done.
I ain't
So
breaking
it's
up a
done.
happy home or
Right.
supposedly happy home.
Definitely not bachelor party night. I mean, we ain't talking about that.
Oh, man.
No, bro. No, bro. No.
Dangling over a
First of all, bro,
As
ain't no
soon as
talking
you-
bachelor.
Right,
bro.
yeah.
Ain't no talking.
Definitely ain't no
If
talking.
you
Ain't no
my
talking,
guy, and you hear me, and you're like, yo, J Mac, I think I'm about to do it. I think I'm about to pop the question.
Bam. Bam, that's
right.
it.
That's your opportunity.
That's it. Time
I
out.
agree.
That's,
Time out.
that's pressure right there.
Hey, I agree. But that's the best time to do it, though.
Right there.
As soon as you say, "Hey, I think I'm ready to pop the question,"
Yeah, I think she the
no,
one.
the hell you not, bro. This is why. This is why. Let me tell you.
Or
Let
at
me break
least
this
let
down
me
to
give
you.
you this
real quick.
information before you make that purchase.
Facts.
Right.
But is
You
the
know, all
information
facts.
all right?
Right,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna just keep it raw, right? Is the information that like, yo, she's bad for you? She gonna suck you dry? Pause. She gonna like drain you for your money? No. That came out. That was wild.
Yes, sir.
That was wild. You know what I'm saying? That'll make a great
That's
reel.
not,
but
yeah, I'm about to say that's not. That don't
If
sound
she
so bad.
drink, like Reel it back in, fellas. Reel it back in. Reel it back in.
She got it. Hey,
I meant like, is she going to like drain your pockets, right?
Right.
Or is it that like, yo, she just got a high body count, or she was a promiscuous?
At least let me know. Put the cards on the table. If you withhold
Because she got a high
information
body
from me,
count, is that really a deal breaker?
let me make my
It
own
can be,
decision.
right.
Yeah,
It can be.
let me.
So, is there any information that is not, like, man, I don't even know that. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Is there any is there a cap on like information that you don't really need to have?
I mean, little things like you smack when you chewing your food. Like these are just minor things that
Right.
I should know about. First of all, I
Right.
should know about then.
Yeah.
So
That
don't
type
come to me with no
Right.
with no tiny BS.
Hygiene,
like
yeah.
Hygiene
you got
for
some
sure.
you got
Yeah, I
you
need
got
to know.
some real information.
Right,
some
yeah.
receipts. Then we can talk about it.
Right.
And I feel like it's gonna be different for every situation, right?
Right.
Because you may say like, I don't care about
That
that,
ain't that
but
deep.
somebody else like, yo, I want everything.
Yeah,
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Like me, I'm like you, like, yo, miss me with all that.
Right.
bro.
She got 6 toes, bro.
Hey,
I
miss
don't need to
me
know
with-
that, bro. Like,
Well, look,
yeah,
nah.
Is that hereditary or what's up, man? 'Cause I need to know.
6 toes.
my
Hey,
bloodline,
hey,
man.
are we going to the doctor anytime?
Right, yeah, man.
Like,
What's up, man? Is that
Hey,
contagious
man.
or what's up?
oh man.
Any last comments, brothers?
I mean, I think judgment is something that we it's a cliche,
Right.
You know what I'm saying, within the culture, you know what I'm saying. So
It's in our society, man. It's just every day.
Can't avoid it.
Walking right, yeah.
yeah, I want to be on record stating that it's not something that what I'm saying we should do. We should do. I mean, does it
Facts,
happen?
yeah.
It
Yes.
does occur. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? As it relates
Without a doubt.
as it relates to single women and how they move premarital or how they may move postmarital. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be lying if I said that, I don't judge or haven't judged.
Right.
But it's all relative. So, that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Okay,
Good, bro.
Yeah, I agree, man.
you agree?
Everybody ain't gonna be for everybody.
Right.
It might not be your cup of tea once you figure out what the situation may be. But at the end of the day, you got to make your own informed decision. I think that's what you're saying, Mike.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
And I feel like
pretty much.
single or in a relationship, I think you should be you.
Yeah.
Just be you.
Right.
Don't
Make yourself happy.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Don't switch it up because now you're in a relationship. Be you. Let that person, male or female, see who you really are.
Some relationships change people though, man. I think
Facts.
people go into relationships
That's true, and it's natural.
wanting to be themselves and legit are themselves, but like that
natural.
And
pressure.
then when they break up, they go back. They
go back to being
Natural.
true.
And sometimes you don't even know you're doing it, right?
Right, yeah.
It's just
That's
Become
it.
natural in
That's
that
it.
relationship.
Facts,
that
man.
yeah,
situation,
man,
right.
somebody isn't for everybody, right?
Right.
There's somebody, but that somebody may be right for you, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
like I said, it's okay to take all the facts, take all the receipts in, but
Yeah.
you know how you feel. You know how she make you feel. He make you feel. Whatever. Make your own decisions. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
we all got glass houses out here. You know what I'm saying?
Who are we to throw stones?
Speak
man?
on it, man.
I mean,
Speak on it.
so it is what it is.
Hey,
Right.
man, this is another great episode, man.
It was. Hey,
Three
fellas.
brothers and a
man.
mic. Can we toast to this, brother?
Let's do it, man. Appreciate you.
Toast.
man.
All right,
What
who are we
who
partaking
got?
into?
Ooh, that Bel Air today.
Hey,
Yeah.
Rose.
fellas.
All right, we toasting to y'all judging asses.
Ain't nothing a little bit of judging, baby.
Hey, man, look, hey, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button on YouTube. Drop comments and YouTube.
Let us know, man, if y'all been judged before. You know what I'm saying? How you used to
We
be.
love that interaction, man.
Yeah, we love the interaction, man. We coming up, man, with our subscribers, man. So thank y'all, man.
Yeah, appreciate
We love y'all.
it. Share the
We
word.
love y'all, man.
Love.
We'll see y'all next time.
For sure. 3 bros in the mic, baby.
Let's get it.